one of three things is going to happen. It's going to slip, which will be very irritating. It's going to break something because it hooks, or it's just going to do something cool. Welcome back to the channel, and this is not the video I really wanted to do, and I'm kind of annoyed because the 51 has a trans and a clutch that should be indestructible. It's got an NV4500 with an 1 3/8" input and a 32 spline diesel main shaft, upgraded 5th gear, everything. That NV4500 should not be braking behind a small block Chrysler with 20 pounds of boost. Yes, this thing makes like 500 or 600 horse. Shouldn't be braking. It has a sintered iron clutch in it that is the same thing that I was told truck pullers use. And they told me it'd break the trans before I'd slip the clutch. It seems like the trans is broke because it randomly just started puking fluid last time we drove it. Just like instantly, all of a sudden, the rear seal's gone, which is suspicious. And the clutch won't hold 3rd or 4th gear. So I'm a little annoyed, but we're gonna pull the trans, we're gonna see what's going on with the clutch and the transmission. I have no idea what we're gonna find. I don't know. I'm hoping it's something stupid. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. We'll find out, but I'm not gonna bother you with pulling the trans. I'll pull it out. We'll come back when it's apart, and hopefully we'll figure out what's wrong and fix it, because I want this stupid thing to be able to do 4-wheel drive launches. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so I got the trans out. Nothing weird there, but obviously I'm gonna have to open it up to see. The thing that does look really bad is it's only running on the outer half of the clutch on the pressure plate. Now on the flywheel side, and the flywheel shows this, it's using the whole clutch disc on the flywheel side. So I don't really know why it's only sitting on half the pressure plate. Like, that doesn't look right. I'm gonna have to call Kentucky Clutch on Monday and try to understand what the hell's going on here, because this is not right. And that's, I'm guessing, my issue. I mean, that's a lot of heat that's been in there, but it's literally not even touching half this pressure plate. Like, you can still see the machining marks. Like, there's nothing there. Those are all the machining marks. And yeah, the clutch is basically brand new down there. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with there, but now it's gonna be time to open up the trans and try to see what's going on there. But this is definitely a problem. So it's kind of nice to find a problem. It sucks to find a problem, but it's nice to find one. I don't know if this pressure plate is just bad or warped, or if something else is going on, but they're the experts. I'll just call them. Okay, diagnosis on the trans. Look at that oil. Very brown. And also, I didn't drain it. That's just where it was. So it's obviously been leaking for a while. I don't know why it started puking. The gears, everything looks really, really nice. Like, I see no issues in here. Must have known what I was doing when I built it. There's the new 5th gear nut with the 32 spline diesel main shaft. This thing's pretty massive. Everything looks fine. And then this seal is the one that gave up. And honestly, I think it just might have been because it was sitting. I don't see anything wrong with it, but I'm gonna replace that seal, fresh fluid, reseal this thing up, put the tail shaft housing back on. I don't see anything wrong with the trans. That all looks really good. There's really no metal in there. So yeah, that's just gonna get resealed and cleaned up. And that's good news. Didn't break the trans. I don't see anything wrong here. So I think it was just coincidence that it started leaking. It probably could have just been because this thing was sitting for so long, and then I went out, it sat for 9 months and I went and beat on it. Could have just been that seal hardened up and started leaking. So I'll get that resealed up and then figure out, I'll talk to Kentucky Clutch and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so it's about a week later now, and I called Kentucky Clutch and talked to them, and they said one, wearing on the outside of the pressure plate like that is normal in the beginning, but it should wear in flat. So they thought that was a little weird. And I kind of talked to them, we went through everything, and they said that clutch should be holding. I should not be having an issue with that. But they said to send it in, they'll check it out, and they'll let me know what what they think of it. And the other thing I talked to two different guys. They both thought it was hydraulics, which I'd kind of thought in the beginning too, but I thought I checked it all. What they said is the fingers on the pressure plate will actually raise up with RPM, and if the hydraulics are holding it, it'll actually start to release at RPM, which is not something I thought of. They said I needed 3/16 to a 1/4 inch minimum between the throwout bearing and the fingers when it's installed. And they recommended doing it all assembled, which unfortunately I don't have an access port to check that. But what I do have is I can pull the bell housing off the trans, and we can bolt that up, and we can put the hydraulics in and actually measure. So we're gonna do that. That's the first thing we'll do, put the clutch back in, and we'll measure it and see if it is the hydraulics. But here's the clutch. So they sent me back, which they said they were just gonna clean it up, make sure everything was good. And this is definitely not my pressure plate. These fingers have never been used. This is painted. Mine was not painted. And they said they were gonna upgrade it if they could, which I haven't actually talked to them, but see, it's brand new. All the springs are brand new. So I think instead of spending time with mine, they just sent me a brand new pressure plate, which I am good with. The clutch disc, this is my clutch disc. You can see it's got some heat in it here, but so that's all cleaned up, and they turned that thing around fast. Like, it was like 5 days from the time I put it in the mailbox till I got it back. So that's pretty sweet. But we're gonna get that reinstalled and then put the bell housing, just the bell housing on the engine, and we'll take some measurements and see if we have enough clearance here. After a whole bunch of measuring, I think they're right. I don't think I'm getting enough gap on the backside, and I think it's two things. One, I don't think I had enough travel here, and two, I think this slave cylinder right here just takes too much force to push back. So I'm gonna change that to a smaller bore. I had one on before that was a smaller bore. I'm gonna go back to that because I could force it back enough where it was close to what they wanted, but it's very stiff. So if I put a smaller bore, it should take less force to push it back. And then up here, on this pivot ball, there is a washer, a fairly thick washer that goes underneath. I removed that and then put the ball back in, so that'll give me an 1/8 inch there. Then on here, I actually ground these pads down on the throwout bearing about another 1/8 of an inch. So that should be about a 1/4 inch more to get that to seat back. What I need to do now is put this back on the trans and make sure I'm not actually bottoming out on this lip here, and that the throwout bearing can go fully back. And I think I'm good there, but we'll check it. So that should get me probably another 1/4 inch or so there. So just buy me some extra gap because I don't have an issue with throw. Like, it's always had a really short clutch pedal. And then we'll swap that out and see what it does. But let me get this bolted up. So the throwout bearing actually cleared, but the inside fingers of the clutch fork, you can see where I ground them down there, they did not. They were actually hitting the bearing retainer on the front. So it took about 3/16 off the inside of each. And now it bottoms out on the housing like it did when I was measuring inside. So this might have been part of the problem too. Hard stop, wouldn't let it move. But everything I'm doing now should give the clutch a little more rearward travel. So we'll get it all back in and see what it does. All right, this thing's almost back together. Got the fresh fluid in it, trans is back in, everything's bolted up. And all I've got to do is swap to going back to the smaller bore slave cylinder. This one is, I don't remember, over an inch. I think this one's like 3/4. But in doing that, I noticed this. This line is kinked right here. And it looks pretty bad. I think that might be part of my problem. If it's holding the fluid in here, that's basically an orifice or a restrictor, so it might be holding pressure. So I'm gonna have to get a new line, and I'm still gonna swap to the smaller slave, and we'll see what happens, but that could be my problem. That could be why it got so much worse when I put the slipper in, because I changed all the lines. I might have kinked it, so I need to replace this. I wasn't expecting to see that, but it's kinked pretty good. Okay, so I got a new clutch line on here. I got a tighter 90, which will help me install it. And then the old one was actually a -4 and then a -3 on the slave. This is a -4 the whole way through, so that should also help me backflow fluid. And this is the smaller slave cylinder. I think this is gonna work. I do think I need to shorten this push rod a little bit, but we'll put this back in and we'll see how it does. Okay, so I put this thing all back together and I took it for a test drive. I didn't film it because I just wanted to make sure it was kind of normal. And I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get on it because it's a fresh clutch. I don't wanna burn it up. And good news, the clutch felt great. Like it's much more aggressive engagement than it's ever been. It feels like it hooks up hard. I actually almost stalled it and then tripped the tires in first gear or second gear. So that's good. The bad news is it still leaks. And I still have that really weird rattle sometimes. And, you know, I opened the trans up, I didn't see anything, and I don't see anything back here, but this is definitely where it's leaking, even though I put that new seal in. So I pulled the transfer case out to check this, and I wanted to make sure nothing in the transfer case is messed up. So as you can see, transfer case is still tore apart. Everything seems normal. The only thing I found is the magnet has a little bit more metal than I would like to see, but I don't know if I've ever actually cleaned that. But I did figure out my leak. So on the input side, that seal up in there, seal's on the outside of the input. And I had this clocking ring on there for my front drive shaft angle, and it basically angled the transfer case down a little bit. But what it did was it added this 3/8 of an inch, and I took calipers and I measured where that seal is and I measured how far this was, and it was not actually touching. So when I put this together, the transfer case wasn't actually reaching far enough in the trans to hit that seal. So it makes sense it was puking oil. What doesn't make sense is I've had that ring on there for like 2 years now and it's never done this. But measuring it out, it definitely never got in there. So I don't understand how it just started leaking, but I'm gonna have to take that ring out. This input is not long enough to hit that seal, which that's gonna make it seal up. Everything else in here looks pretty good. The chain looks good. I don't see really any abnormal wear. So I'm gonna put all this back together, seal it back up. It had good fluid in it, and then we'll put it back together. And I don't know, I'll double check pinion angles and everything, because I have had the Ford did this to me. It was a very similar noise, and it was the transfer case chain rattling because of a drive shaft vibration. All right, I got it all back together. The clutch feels pretty good, but I haven't launched it. Didn't find anything wrong with the transfer case, but I took that spacer, that clocking ring out. So we just got to try it. One of 3 things is going to happen. It's going to slip, it should be very irritating. It's going to break something because it hooks, or it's just going to do something cool. Really, really hope it does the third one. But honestly, I would take it breaking something right now just for the fact that see if the clutch hooks. But all we can do is just try to send it.
It was honestly hard to tell.
I mean, there were tracks.
It seemed like it.
It looked like it spun.
It looked like it was throwing dirt.
That was 4-wheel drive, 3rd gear. I mean, it didn't really roll out. It just kind of spun. Let me try it with less throttle and see what happens.
It's putting it through to the tires.
Yeah, it just doesn't have any traction.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like, where can I get traction? I mean, because the front's spinning really hard and the rear's spinning really hard. Let's go 4th gear.
God.
Maybe wheel speed will make it hook up.
I don't think that's how that works.
know, it felt okay when I drove over.
I mean, it seems okay, but I was, yeah, surprised it's with your hard left.
I wasn't planning on going hard left. That U-joint's in shape. That U-joint's in good shape.
Well, that's good news.
Drive shaft's still in it. It might just need a front locker because only one of them's pulling.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could try high range. That was all low range. It just might be. I can go back and like try second high range, see what happens. I really thought the rear axle was broke. I didn't think it was spinning there. Like it didn't want to make it up that little hill. I might have to air them way down.
Maybe.
Let's try high range.
She's a beast. It's definitely spinning both sides.
It rolled out, it like hooked up. Like that was, it started pulling.
I mean, you took off like a bat out of hell.
Well, let me see if I can get a 2-3 shift.
Were you in two-wheel drive?
That was 4.
It didn't seem like the front was spinning.
I tried 3rd gear, 4 high, and I tried to slip it and didn't like it. That might be the ticket.
Yeah, it definitely spun him that time.
That was 4 low, 4th gear.
Huh.
Like just straight up 1-to-1, just let it eat. It's not even hot.
I cannot say the same.
True. Let's do one more.
Thought it was gonna rip the rear end out. Holy crap. She squatted and went. It looks insane from the back.
It pulls it. That popping,
The way it squatted was crazy.
that popping is the limiter the whole way out. That's
That's
5,200.
kind of what it sounded like. I'm like, it sounded like it's all over the limiter.
That was only 6 pounds on the launch.
That's crazy.
If this thing had a front locker, it would be nuts. Like that, it squats down and it like turns itself. Like it just starts, it has so much torque steer because it doesn't have the locker in the front. It is boogieing. Like, holy crap.
For sure.
Like-
Why is it smoking?
Yeah, I'm sure it's just pushing some, what is that? Oh, looks like we blew some header wrap out of it. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah, it's just a header wrap. It's just burning stuff off. This thing hasn't been ran this hot in a long time.
Yeah.
It's only at 180. It's not even hot. It's just that's a lot of heat through the exhaust. It finally hooks and it didn't break. Hell yes. Hell yes. That makes me really happy that it finally hooks. Like we just beat, what did we do? Like 7 launches in a row?
A lot.
With
I don't know.
no time in between, and it just took it. It just took it, and it just ate it, and it doesn't care. Like 188 degrees. It's not even hot. Oh, look at the license plate. They got the license plate again.
Yeah, you could see it in the shot from behind. It was all bent
All right, the 51 is finally good. I can't believe it. I'm so happy with that. Now we can take it to the ruckus, and it should actually be good. We should be good at the dirt drags. We won't be slipping the clutch the whole time. It seems really happy. Now we just gotta drive it. I'm so pumped this thing is finally working.